So with the holidays now over, traffic volumes have started to peak around the country. In Limpopo, 1,550 vehicles an hour pass through the Hoek Toll Gate. More lanes were opened at the Intensified Plaza and Hoek to accommodate volume of southbound traffic. In an accident at Mokopong on the N1 yesterday afternoon, 3 people lost their lives. 1,200 law enforcers were deployed to Limpopo for the festive season. Traffic is expected to be heavier in the province tomorrow. So now, as holiday makers head back home after the festive season, Gauteng traffic police say they're expecting traffic volumes to pick up until schools reopen next week, Wednesday. Officials operating on the roads had intensified their efforts to ensure that there are no incidents. Due to recent heavy rains, a number of motorists lost control of their vehicles and caused accidents. Drinking and driving operations are top priority. Our reporter Hitekani Magwedze is monitoring traffic volumes at the Hoek Toll Plaza on the M3 Heidelberg. Let's go to him now. Hitekani, a very good evening to you. So what is the situation as we speak? What are the traffic volumes?
Well, good evening, Tsepiso, and good evening to our viewers. The traffic volumes show a rise in the afternoon from around 12 midday until right about now. It shows a peak in terms of the vehicles per hour passing the Hoek Toll Plaza where we are. At around 11, there were about 700 plus vehicles passing this toll plaza per hour, and in the last hour, the 5 o'clock hour, we saw a rise that took that number to about 1,500 vehicles per hour passing the plaza. So it's clear that the traffic volumes are beginning to rise as the festive season draws to a close. Of course, we know that today is not really the peak day for this for heavy traffic to be going through these plazas. We know that there is anticipation for higher traffic volumes at this toll gate, at the N1 Carousel Plaza coming into Gauteng, at the Festive Toll Plaza coming in from the Free State. So anticipate that there'll be a lot more vehicles coming in through those toll plaza. Of course, we know that the toll plaza in the north, in the Free State coming into Gauteng yesterday was already on 1,100 vehicles per hour coming in to the province. So there is a clear indication that people are beginning to return home. Of course, the ones that began their trek or their migration back into the province from yesterday to today did it quite early on. We know that tomorrow will be a lot heavier, and the JMPD, of course, making provision for that by sending the officers out into those roads.
All right, Hitekani, just give us a sense of what the status quo has been since December 1. I was just looking at the national figures, and it seems that more people have been arrested since this time last year for various incidents.
Well, there have been incidents in the beginning of the migration where people go out into their holidays and such. There was that peak, and there were incidents, especially on the N3 where we are, and on the N1 there have been incidents and fatalities, despite the fact that there were campaigns by all 3 provinces, Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo traffic departments really went out of their way to ensure that they campaign and send out the message for safe driving, for drivers to make sure that their vehicle integrity is on par, to ensure that they are not intoxicated and that they are not fatigued. But there were incidents, but that number of fatalities and incidents obviously went down as people arrived at their places of holidaying, but it's picking up again now. We also know that on the N1 only today, about 9 motorists were detained for driving recklessly. That's for driving above the speed limit. So it's clear that although there have been messages sent out for safety, for drivers to be aware of other drivers and really be cognizant and conscious of the fact that they're driving on the roads, there is that element of wanting to arrive as quick as possible, but not as safe as possible, Tsepiso.
So just a final one there, Hitekani. Have the JMPD shared figures on the deployment levels that they're looking towards, especially tomorrow as traffic picks up?
No, well, the JMPD have only said that they are anticipating heavy volumes, obviously because tomorrow a lot more people will be coming in. But we have not had a number in terms of the anticipation of the amount of vehicles that they are looking at. But we know that they're conscious of the fact that tomorrow is going to be a really busy day, Tsepiso.
All right, thanks, Hitekani. Let's leave it there. My colleague Hitekani Magwedze.